I was a member of the Boulder group of the Colorado Mountain Club, and it was the Colorado Mountain Club that was my graduate level experience in mountaineering that established a lifetime pattern for me of climbing and skiing and hiking and enjoying the wilderness. When I was 12 years old, I read every mountaineering book in the public library of Boulder and in the University of Colorado library. And the climbing scene in Boulder was small but intense. There were some very good climbers, but because it was so small, it was very personal. And most of these climbers were very willing to help a newcomer in the sport. And some of them, of course, were already either were or on the verge of becoming world famous, like Leighton Core. And I was invited to Leighton's house, for example, for his slideshow of his Eiger climb. And I was just a kid. And so this is the kind of circles that I ran in, and it just seemed absolutely natural. But I did appreciate it even then, because my dad was not a mountaineer. He was a great guy, and he was healthy and fit and could do things with me, but he couldn't take me and show me how to do things because he wasn't an outdoor person. Whereas the fellows in the CMC were real mountaineers and really loved the tremendous opportunities they had here in the mountains, and were willing to share those with a neophyte who wanted to learn them, as I did. As a kid, as soon as I got a driver's license at 16, I started climbing peaks like Long's Peak. I'd been climbing Little Peaks since I was 8 years old, but only things I could get to in my bicycle. When I got a car, I could get to the big peaks that I could see from the little peaks. But I knew that I didn't know enough. And the CMC had people who knew a lot and were willing to share it, and they had a good outing every weekend, so I could pick this one and that one and the other one and get winter experience, snow experience, rock experience, high altitude experience with great folks. And the one I did most with was Dale Johnson. I climbed all over Colorado with him. I climbed in Europe with him. I climbed in Canada with him. And he may know it, but he may not. It's never been expressed. But his tutelage and mentoring was a life-changing experience for me. The people I met through the CMC and the specific CMC trips I went on, not just big ones like Europe and Canada, but little ones like weekend trips, they taught me many, many things by example. The best way to learn is by good example. Well, maybe the best way to learn is by bad example, but that's very dangerous and difficult. And they say experience is a good teacher but a harsh taskmaster. Well, experience can be a good teacher without being a harsh taskmaster if you have the right people providing that experience for you, and the CMC provided that for me. I found a copy of my book in a used bookstore down in Kalispell, and it was a gift from one young mountain climber to another. He said, let's learn more so we can do more, but never like this. And that is a good sentiment to bring from that experience. Learn from other people's mistakes. Don't make them again yourself. We made several mistakes. So what? Most expeditions make several mistakes. We paid the ultimate price for the mistakes we made. Most expeditions don't. They make the same mistakes and walk away from it. So be aware of those mistakes. Avoid them. Don't make them yourself. Learn, live, prosper, have joy, and protect your future with rational action. One of the classic works of mountaineering is Edward Whymper's Scrambles Amongst the Alps. And just read the last page if you want to see what mountain climbing is all about, both the joy and the sorrow. And look well to each step, for you can't tell what may be the end. It was his summation. And it's a good advice for all prospective or practicing mountaineers.